Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is ZacBandicoot here with another movie review. This time doing the animated movie Mortal Kombat: Scorpion's Revenge. That's right, Scotty. You got Mortal Kombat. Okay, I'm sorry. He's a little cranky. Enough of the torture for him. Well, anyway, got around to watching Mortal Kombat: Scorpion's Revenge. And, well, for a Mortal Kombat fan, yeah, it's definitely fun for a Mortal Kombat fan. But if you're hoping for, like, character development, a deep story, anything like that, you'll be sorely disappointed. And it could probably put off, like, serious, like, movie viewers. But nevertheless, I mean, it's a good time. It's got, like, nice, violent Mortal Kombat action. But anyway, let's get into this. I mean, yeah, for me, I enjoyed this as a Mortal Kombat fan, sure. But at the same time, it's a little disappointed. I mean, yeah, on the surface, comes from a, violent game, bunch of action, but there is deep story within the lore of Mortal Kombat, and disappointed they didn't get enough into that. But, well, without further ado, let's just break this down. I took some notes. So anyway, so it starts off with a little symbolism with a scorpion, like an actual scorpion. It starts out with a scorpion fighting a bunch of ants, and then that scorpion, or the name Bihan, he had, before he died and he was still a human. He was telling his son, notice how the scorpion fights alone, and he's very strong, and he does not give up and keeps fighting. Which obviously symbolism for how Scorpion fights throughout the movie. Which wasn't bad. It didn't start out bad. Like, I got a little, glimpse of like his village and everything before it was destroyed. And, well, minor spoilers there, but I mean, for those who know Mortal Kombat, you know that, his family gets killed, his entire clan, the Shirai Ryu gets slaughtered by the Lin Kuei, which was the clan that Sub-Zero belonged to. Well, but anyway, yeah, it was real heartbreaking to see, him bonding with his son, with his kid, that, knowing that him, and his wife are going to be slaughtered, like, it was really heartbreaking to see. And then, of course, we see the scene where the Lin Kuei come in and start killing everyone. And, of course, Scorpion is still trying to fight back, and, of course, where the violence comes in, and, yeah, definitely some Mortal Kombat style gore there. He's like slicing dudes up, and it looks pretty cartoony. But still, I mean, it's good fun, liking the games. And, yeah, by the way, I apologize for looking like it's on a down angle. I set up the best I can with the green screen, still learning. Yeah, but anyway, so it gets to that, everyone gets slaughtered. He tries to fight as much as he can, and then, Sub-Zero comes in, and, kills his child. Then, he kills Scorpion. And then, of course, after Scorpion wakes up, in the Netherrealm. And Netherrealm is basically like Mortal Kombat's version of Hell, per se. And, of course, he makes the deal with Quan Chi, the sorcerer down there. Because he needs him to get some amulet from the Mortal Kombat tournament. But he promises him, but Sub-Zero will be there, and you'll get your revenge on him. So, of course, he agrees. And that's when he comes back as that undead ninja we all know and love. The spear throwing, get over here! And his, like, pyromancy skills and everything. If that's what you want to call it. But anyway, but then right after that, we get to, like, introduction to all the other Mortal Kombat characters. As you can see on my shirt here, the original. They try to, like, give a quick backstory, and pretty much all of them here. Like, they introduce Liu Kang and Raiden in a scene, which was very brief. And then the introduction to Johnny Cage, though. Definitely one of the strongest points of this movie, in my opinion, and almost worth watching just to see Joel McHale voice Johnny Cage. That, he is, what can I say? He is just genius. It is so much fun. He was born to voice Johnny Cage. I mean, it's just almost perfect, He's hilarious, he does a great job doing that whole cocky movie star attitude with Johnny Cage. I wish he would voice the video games. That's how good he is. And, of course, introduction to Sonya. We see her in this, like, street fighting as this big muscle-bound dude. And, of course, she beats him. You know, even though she's a skinny woman, but still, it doesn't matter. She still knows how to fight, and she's badass. And yep. And then of course, a bit rushed backstory and all of them. Then we get to like the scene they're on the boat on the way to the tournament, like in that, you know, like in the 1990s Mortal Kombat movie, which I thought it was fun in its own right. I mean, it's quite hold up, perhaps not. I know it's PG-13, didn't have that Mortal Kombat violence, but it was still a fun movie enough, especially for its time. And oh yeah, one complaint I want to make though. Most of the characters, I mean, as brief as they were, you know, in this movie, they were pretty much spot on for all of them. But Liu Kang, a little disappointing. He had, how do I put this? Zero personality at all. I mean, the games, he had plenty of personality. And for example, like the 1990s movie personality, like the Johnny Cage character in that live action movie, you know, telling him, here, how about this? I'm going to give you some money. You carry my luggage on for me. Got it? And he's like, oh, yeah, I got it. And throws his briefcase in the river. It was just stuff like that. But in this, he was just all like, yes, Lord Raiden, we have to win this Mortal Kombat tournament for the fate of the Earth. It's just all seriousness from there. Just zero personality. So that's definitely a complaint there. Yeah, well, anyway, oh, and also, I want to talk about the plenty of Easter eggs in this movie. Like the Johnny Cage scene, he had like the Ninja Mime poster. And of course, there's other characters that pop by briefly for fights. Like, you know, I won't name them just for the sake of trying not to spoil too much. But, like, there's fights all these characters, other beloved characters that didn't appear in the first game. I mean, that was pretty cool in its own right. But, anyway, then of course, you know, we had a brief introduction with, like, Goro, showing how strong he is, the champion of Mortal Kombat. Yeah, of course, expect to see all the classic characters in this. Yep, and then we had, yep, just going over my notes here. Yeah, so getting back into it, you know, on the island, you know, they're having this tournament, but then it's a lot of interference, like Scorpion's just killing pretty much everyone. More of the Black Dragon clan shows up, which has to do with the Kano character. Which, again, this is where the rush stuff comes in. Like, the way I'm explaining it pretty much goes as fast as it does in the movie. Like, Kano is, like, Sonya's arch rival. And then, of course, you know, we get some of Jackson there. And, but again, this is just all rush. There's a bunch of stuff for the fans. So I got no good way to really explain this all without getting into too much spoiler territory. But anyway, and also, like, there's a fight between, of course, finally the fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It was really cool at first, but let's just say it didn't last as long as I wanted it to. And of course, then when the characters bond and stuff, like talk, get to know each other, it's still pretty lame, very rushed. I mean, there's still plenty of like good fight scenes with them, like it's a cool scene with Johnny Cage and Sonya fighting together. You know, because there's hilarious scenes with like Johnny Cage hitting on her, which Joe McHale does a great job at that, and of course Sonya like having none of it, and some fun scenes like that. And of course, fatalities. Another point I want to bring up: fatalities galore. Plenty of recognizable fatalities from the game, so Mortal Kombat fans won't be disappointed there. Yeah, and then yeah, so that's pretty much the whole movie without getting too into spoiler territory, but like I said, oh, then of course at the end there's like a tease that another beloved Mortal Kombat villain at the end. But I mean, like what I said, I wish they got more into it. Like, you know, Scorpion, how does he really feel about becoming this like undead soldier or slave to this like Netherrealm hell type place, you know? And you know, this probably would work better as like a TV series. That way it gets to take its time. We get to actually really know all of the characters. Instead of a rushed about hour, it was about like not even an hour and a half, probably more like hour and 20 somewhat minutes. And, you know, like get really more into that because there is a very deep story on Mortal Kombat, believe it or not. And I hope someday we really get to see that. Maybe a good TV series. I'm hopeful for that live action, live action reboot of Mortal Kombat coming out. It sounds pretty promising so far. I mean, we got guys from the Raid Redemption working on this, and forget the actor's name, but one of them in there is going to be playing Sub-Zero, so the action scenes are certainly going to be great. I mean, not like that kind of cheesy stuff we had back in the 90s, like really serious action that you saw Raid Redemption or John Wick, for example. Had a bunch of those guys who worked on Raid Redemption in there, so you're going to see crazy action like that. So I have high hopes. Well, I'm hopeful for the live action remake. I'm not. My expectations aren't very high, but I hope I'm pleasantly surprised. But, well, anyway, it's been, my quick take on Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. Like I said, as a Mortal Kombat fan, I can appreciate this. It was fun, but just rush story and everything. It was just mostly mindless violence, action, stuff like that. But it could be a step in the right direction. I mean, overall, it really wasn't bad. I mean, my opinion, I mean, I'd give it I'd say a 7 out of 10 overall, just because it did please the fans enough. As a movie standpoint alone, you could probably argue a 6, just okay, but I'd say a 7. So, there you have it. I mean, I'm a diehard Mortal Kombat fan. I have plenty of streams of Mortal Kombat on my channel. And, check out my gameplay impression videos of the Terminator, Mortal Kombat, of Mortal Kombat 11, of the Joker, and of course, most recently, Spawn. So, definitely go ahead and check those out. Link in description. But, anyway, my impressions on Mortal Kombat Scorpion Revenge, and I'm sure to get more movie reviews out. And, well, everyone, this has been ZacBandicoot, and until next time, whoa! May I have a good one.